Okay, covering a really useful tool in Photoshop that helps you crop out people from images if you want to get rid of a background. And today I used a picture of me at the beach here, and the reason I use this is because I got my hair down here and it's a little bit harder to crop out a person who has loose hair flowing around, because you notice that you'll end up cutting a lot of that off and you'll have these jagged edges that don't look realistic, don't look natural. So we're going to be able to use this new tool here to be able to alleviate that problem. Of course, I'm going to hit Control J first to be able to get a background in case I need to undo any of my edits. And you want to hit this lasso tool here, the regular one, not the polygon one. So your first step is to make an outline around yourself. I try to make the radius as close as possible. It's kind of hard to do with the regular mouse, but you make it as close as possible and you make it uniform around the entire image. The reason I do that is because you don't want to have the image cropping in more on one side than you do on the other side. So try to make it pretty even, but if it's not perfect, that's okay. It's easy for me now because I'm around the edge here. So once you have your selection, there's a button up here that says Refine Edge. So hit the Refine Edge button. This shows you a preview. This hasn't been cropped yet, but this is a preview of what you're refining here. And you notice that you've got all this blue around, all this background that's still there. This is the issue that we have to deal with. So to be able to take care of that, let's hit this radius bar. And just to give an example, let's take it up to about halfway. Look at that. See, right there, it's already taken away a lot of this background here. And I'm actually pretty satisfied with the way that looks. You might be able to hit, there's 3 more adjustment bars that are kind of just for fine tuning. You got your smooth, which that'll smooth out any jagged edges, but the problem with that is it's going to take away some of the hair. Feather is essentially like smooth. It brings the white border in more, kind of gives the edges a cloudy look. That might be something that you'd even use if you just wanted it to look a little more cloudy around for artistic look. And then contrast, obviously, that kind of tightens up the edges, and looks to me that contrast is helping for the purpose of this image, because it's making a lot of this edge over here look a lot better. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll actually combine these two, because I like the way the hair looks over here and I like the way it looks over here with contrast. I'm going to hit OK for this. We're going to hit Select, Inverse, and then hit Delete. So right now we've only deleted this top layer. I'm going to switch layers. Let's go back to Select. Let's go back to Inverse. And let's go back to this layer. We're going to hit Refine Edge again. Now we can go back to this contrast and tighten up this side that I like a little bit more. So notice that this is the side that I like this contrast, but this is kind of cutting off some of the hair on this end, so I don't like that side. So this is what I'm going to do. Hit OK. Refine the edge. And then we are going to, let me just do this to be safe, we're going to hit Control J to duplicate that layer. Now we've got our background, we've got this layer, and we've got this layer. So you see this layer looks like this layer looks like this. So what we can do is just combine these two layers. I'm going to take this layer, let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to clean off the edge that I don't like. So this is the part of the arm that isn't so good. I'm going to delete that, bring this layer back up, and now it's pretty clean. I don't like this side on this layer, so I'm going to take this side. Make sure you get the proper layer here. And we're going to cut off this side for the contrast layer. Delete. Now combined, we've got the side that I like over here, the side that I like over here. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up some of this edge, which isn't too hard. Get this guy out of here. You are going to lose some of the hair when you do this, so we're going to sacrifice that hair, sacrifice that strand that looks a little off. And we'll get this down. This is just as easy grabbing the eraser tool and deselect. Actually, we're looking like that's this layer. There we go. So that is a really quick way. You can see a little bit of blue up here still, but let's go ahead and see what we get when we get a white background and see how clean it looks. New layer, put it behind everything, and we're going to fill this in with white paint bucket. So look at that, that's actually pretty clean looking. With the white in the background, you can still see that there's a little bit here, but that's not a big problem. Now that we don't have to worry about getting so close to the edge, we can just grab the polygonal tool and get rid of that little bit of background that isn't even really touching the border here. Delete. Fill it back in with paint bucket. Wrong move. Let's delete it from these layers. There we go. And there you go. That's a really quick way to get rid of the background and retain some of the hair on top of your head. I'm going to be putting some more of these up, as well as I got some more reviews coming, so check me out on my review side of the website. The gtvreviews.wix.com. That's going to be updated soon. We've got all the written blog reviews up there, and I'm going to be throwing up links for more tutorials there as well.